I should be counting on you at my door. Did you forget about how we went around? I don't know why you don't take me downtown anymore.
Starbucks is my saving grace under any circumstances. So I'm going to run in there and get me something decaf, frappuccino-like with soy, and some change for the meters. Okay? Okay. Working. Just grinding away there. But I want a t-shirt. Where do I get a t-shirt from?
Well, I know, these are nice. You can get these on the online store.
Oh, I know. Okay. I'm like, oh, I want a t-shirt.
Actually, that's good for the whole shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I think like my mother used to be like, I will take you to buy clothes and I'll pay for them. It cannot be a gray, an army green, or a navy blue shirt color though. Because I only wore gray, army green, and navy blue. And it like drove her crazy.
My mom used to make my dresses because I refused to wear them.
So, hey moms.
You can imagine what they look like. They weren't sexy. Now it's focused. Ta-da!
I'm gonna get my phone and I'll take a little photo of it.
Of course. I know I haven't done a Single Mom Chronicles in a while. I have actually filmed a lot and I just haven't been able to put things together. This year has just been a hybrid and completely out of my hands. But one of the big questions that I always get on Instagram and on other videos is about my tattoos. So I figured I would give you guys a little glimpse into my tattoo journey. So hopefully if you made it this far, you kind of saw the process of what I go through when I get a tattoo. You met Molly, my tattoo artist. Molly has done my last 3 tattoos. She's fantastic. She's here in Dallas at Elm Street Tattoo. And she's also a client of mine. So I've done Molly's makeup before for an event. And she's gorgeous and funny. And we actually have really become good friends. And it's important to kind of be friends with your tattoo artist and be in sync with them and the whole thing. Anyway, but I'm going to try my best to give you guys a little bit of insight to most of my tattoos. Definitely not all of them because of the placement on my body. I can't show you all of them. And then give you try to answer some of the questions that people ask me about tattoos or why I have them or why people get them and things like that. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. My first tattoo was a yin yang symbol, the Confucius symbol, and then I built a Tasmanian devil around it maybe 6 months later. You know, I'm a left and a right brainer completely. I'm a creative and I'm an academic, but multifaceted in those ways, and I look at life kind of that way. So it really did speak to where I was at that point in my life and with that journey. Got some other tattoos which over time have been changed or covered, and you know, that's part of the journey as well. So now I actually went through the process of getting the Tasmanian devil removed about 10 years after I had it, when tattoo removal was big, like the laser removal was big. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of insight into the removal process, the laser removal process. If you have a tattoo that you do not like and you are African American, be absolutely sure that you want to remove it and not just cover it up or go over it or redesign it. And I say this because if you've not been through this before, that laser is fire. That laser light is fire. Okay, it is extremely painful. Tattoos to me are not very painful. You guys saw in the video, I'm not too fazed by it. I have a very high pain threshold. That laser is something serious, but it does damage to black skin. It does great damage to our skin. It did so much worse damage to my skin trying to remove the tattoo. It looked like people thought something had happened to me. I mean, it is a burn. It literally burns your skin. It falls off. You have to redo it several times. I mean, it was thousands of dollars. It's very difficult to pull that color out. The light, the fire gravitates towards darkness. So if there's color and things like that, it's hard to pull any color out. It doesn't pick it up very well. So just be prepared for a lot of money spent, a lot of pain, a lot of damage to your pretty brown skin, and the probability that the tattoo will not go away and it'll probably look worse, and you probably have to cover it up anyway. I'm just saying. What I learned from that was, though, because I already had several tattoos by the time I went through the removal process, was I don't really care. I wasn't embarrassed about the tattoo. I just wanted to change it, and I really didn't know anything better at the time to do besides try to remove it. Since that time, what used to be here, you can't even tell anymore. I've built a new tattoo around it, and it's just built into other things and bigger and badder things, and the whole thing, and that's just part of my journey, and it is. Tattoos are just a journey. I don't talk about tattoos very much, and it took me a long time to do this video because tattoos to me are private. And I say private meaning, yes, you can see them, but the reasoning behind why I do them isn't always something that I want to explain to people. That's why I have tattoos that are in different languages, because I don't always want everybody to know what they mean. They mean something personal to me. It usually comes at a moment when I'm going through a certain milestone in my own life, or a transformation in my own life. What I do want people to understand is that tattoos are personal. I know that it seems really trendy, and you see a lot of people getting them now, and it's become very worldly, and it almost seems to have less meaning because it's so trendy. But there are a lot of people out there like myself who get tattoos because it means something to them. The tattoos mean something to them, and that may be the only way or the best way that they can express a certain event or a certain feeling or emotion in their life. Take that into consideration, because I do know people that have very strong feelings about tattoos who really care about me but are tremendously offended by tattoos. And I have to kind of explain, you can be offended by tattoos. I'm offended by a lot of things every single day that I see, and that person may not have anything on their body, but you kind of have to understand the journey, and the testimony behind it as well. And I'll show you guys some of the pictures of what I have. This one, of course, it's butterflies, many butterflies, and then it kind of swirls back into a gypsy priestess that Molly built out for me, which really does speak to my spirit. I mean, I gave her kind of an idea, and she drew that out. I'm no gypsy, I say I'm a gypsy sometimes because I move around a lot and I'm doing a lot of things, but I guess that's why I kind of have a free spirit. I'm very excited. I will remove people from my life, or remove myself from situations that are unhealthy, or I will have to allow God to remove myself from situations. He is doing it right now, and transform me into other things, which is why the butterflies are there. I have a lot of butterflies. Butterflies are very freeing to me, and they are always a signature of a transformation in my life at some point. I have one on my stomach that I had before my son was even born, so you can imagine what that turned into, what it looks like now. Of course, this last one that you all just saw me get, I went through a huge milestone medically this year. I'm going through a huge transition right now, employment-wise, as well. And I have them here. I have them on I have one on my leg as well. They kind of signify change to me. How they can get through change, storms of change, I believe, as well, and still be beautiful in the end, I think, is probably the best way I can explain it. I have this fish here to identify that I'm a believer, that I am a believer in Jesus Christ, and pretty clear. Here, it's hard to see upside down, but it says Stravum excessivus. It's in Latin. It means overachiever, because I'm an overachiever. I don't always achieve everything, but I'm always trying to overachieve. I'm always doing. I have angel wings on my left ankle, which I will put a picture through here somewhere. The angel wings I got a few weeks before I did the very first breast cancer race for my grandmother. You all know, if you've been following me for a while, that I run the race every year. Me and my son run the race every year, Race for the Cure. My grandmother died from breast cancer. It also has a halo on the back of my ankle. I feel very covered, spiritually covered with them. Something with them and her, I feel kind of a presence with them. And it's probably the best way I can explain it. On my right ankle, I have a cross with my son's name. His name is Jonah, and a banner. At a later date, but if you know the story of Jonah, then you know the story of my journey with him. On my right shoulder back here, I have Rose, and I have the words Ezer Kenegdo, which means my friend Kim in Arkansas, love her, sent me a book about the meaning of Eve's purpose, and it means help meet. Literally means the two words help and meet. Some people will say help mate, but it identifies our purpose as women and Eve's purpose as why God brought her here, why God brought her from the rib, and her purpose in Adam's life, and how that brought us to where we are today as women. It's a very powerful book somewhere. So I have that just to remind myself of what the purpose of my journey is here as a mom, as a woman, as a future wife. Here I have falling stars. I struggle a lot. I've struggled in the last year, probably more within kind of knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm seeing a lot of people do what I do in different facets, whether it be academically or work-wise, because I have 55 jobs. And I feel like I've worked so hard and hustled so long, and people say I'm so good and this and smart and all these things, and it's hard to believe sometimes because I haven't really reached the mountaintop, I guess, if you will. So I always kind of felt like a falling star, and so the stars are falling. But I know whenever I lift my hands, the stars are rising. So I know that God always sees me as a rising star, if you feel me on that. This is kind of what I mean when I say it's hard to explain to people what tattoos mean. Somebody's going to walk by me and just see a bunch of stars on my arm. Like I had an ex-boyfriend tell me, oh, I hate that. Like, he didn't even know what it meant or why I had it. So that's fine. You know, you just never know. I just hope this gives you guys some insight into it, so that when you see them, you'll kind of think twice about, like, what does that signify with that person's journey, you know, in their life. This is the only tattoo that I had that I ever got with another person. So there is somebody out there that actually has a key to this lock. This is me being very transparent. Do I think that he really has the key to? No. No, but that's okay. I believe somebody does. That's why I'm okay with it. This is a part of the journey. My phone is ringing. Yeah, I think that I think somebody has the key. I think that God absolutely has the key, and when it's that time, He'll bring that person, unlock the key to my heart. But I hope that helps you guys kind of understand the purpose behind tattoos. Just my only advice is to make sure that you have a good artist that you are in tune with, that you like, and make sure that you're sure, because tattoos are permanent. You know, you do have to live with it. Like, I'm okay with living with a bad tattoo and changing it, and you know, I'm okay with that being part of my testimony. Everybody kind of is not that liberal in thinking when they get them. I'm also not advocating for anybody to tell anybody that it's okay to go get tattooed. If that's not for you, or if you don't agree, that I totally understand that. This is just me kind of answering the question that people have been asking me for a while, and kind of putting my life out there for you guys to see and understand a little bit more about me. I have a 19-year-old son. He doesn't have any tattoos. For the longest time, he didn't want to get one. He is an artist, and now I think he's getting that kind of itch for one. And if he does, I'll be the first one to go with him, as long as it's not in his face. We have rules. We have boundaries around here. But so I hope this helped, and I hope you guys kind of enjoyed it. I'm sorry it took me so long to do another Single Mom Chronicles. Always a lot going on with me, guys. Always a lot going on. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye.